Back, well, it's a problem that many Americans face, taking medications, not finding any solutions, not feeling well, or struggling with chronic fatigue. If you find yourself in one of these categories, our next guest says that he has some solutions. Joining us now is Dr. Sean McHugh. He is the clinical director and owner of McHugh Chiropractic and Healthcare. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good
We
morning.
appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about patients who come into your office and some of the people that you see. What do you find are some of the biggest challenges that your clients face when they walk in the door?
You know, some of the biggest health challenges we see with our clients we work with are brain fog, inability to lose weight despite diet and exercise, and another one.
And that's got to be very frustrating because not being able to lose weight, because I have good friends who, no matter what they do, they can't lose the pounds. They diet, they exercise, and they get really down on themselves. But you say that there might be some underlying conditions to a lot of this that might be leading them into those directions.
Right. Yeah, a lot of times we just don't get to the root cause. That's where it really lies. And the root cause being inflammation. Inflammation drives all chronic degenerative diseases. And that's kind of where we set ourselves apart. That's what we do different. We use a really unique multi-therapeutic approach with functional medicine to identify these causes, track them down. And
how does that work? Because you hear inflammation, right? You hear that being a big cancer contributor. You hear inflammation, inflammation. So there's something called, you mentioned, the multi-therapeutic approach with functional medicine. So what is that?
Yeah, our multi-therapeutic approach is really a whole body approach that addresses toxins, traumas, and infections, which are the big three. It's kind of like a three-legged stool with the body, where one leg's going to be our microbiome or our gut health. The second's going to be stressors, whether those are physical, chemical, or emotional. And the third's going to be genetics, or more so how bad genes are triggered to turn on.
So you address all three, and you say that's...
Yeah, well, by addressing all three instead of just one, a lot of patients tried one and not the others, or we mix it together, and that's really where the magic happens.
Okay, so how then some of these conditions that you see, how do you then, you kind of are peeling back the layers of the onion to find out the underlying problem. So what are some of these problems that you're finding that are causing these issues? Like I mentioned, my friend a second ago, who no matter what she can do, she can't lose the weight.
Yep. Again, the big ones, the big conditions that we see that really pop out at me are going to be clients that we work with thyroid issues or diabetes, and those are among the two most rapidly growing chronic diseases in America, and are driven strictly by inflammation, and specifically cellular inflammation.
So if someone goes through this therapy with you, with the multi-therapeutic approach, and you have the three-legged stool, what are some of the results then that you're seeing as a result of this?
Yeah, that's the exciting part, because we have clients that come back and they say they feel like their energy's restored. Clients report to us that brain fog's lifted, their memory feels sharp again, digestive issues are taken care of, whether it's gas or bloating, IBS. Another big one we see a lot of is clients tell us their blood sugar is normal. Hormones are regulated. And
how is this? How are we doing all this? I mean, that just seems like, you know, again, I go back to my friend, who I won't say her name because she'll shoot me. But you know, how are you able to do this? Because she has tried so hard and she can't get past, you know, this initial issue.
Yeah, again, it's really back to getting to that root cause of the major chronic diseases, which is going to be inflammation. We find it down, track it, and remove it.
And you say you don't treat the disease per se. It's really about coaching.
Yeah, that's where our approach is a little more unique too. It's really all about coaching. Like you said, we don't treat disease. What we do is we actually teach our clients the roadmap to health, restoration, and success, and we also empower them with the tools to actually carry it out. There's a lot of times there's several barriers to healing, not just one, and what we do best is identify those barriers, remove them, and the body does what it's supposed to do, which is actually heal itself.
So getting out of your own way.
That's right.
Is what you would say.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you tell someone who is frustrated right now, who might be watching, who's suffering from a chronic condition that they just can't seem to get past?
You know, what I really want patients to understand and to know is that there is hope and there is healing. And if what they're doing right now isn't working, then it's probably time to try something different.
Can they come in and can they get a consultation and kind of sit down with you to learn more? Because we only have so much time in 5 minutes that we can sit and really talk about it.
Absolutely, yeah. We do special testing to find out specific about cellular inflammation, and yeah, we sit down and talk, take a thorough history, and get to know our new client. Yeah. It's more of a relationship and a coaching relationship than more of a doctor-patient type.
And do you
thing.
find then the patients, they develop a relationship with you and they come back and get that guidance?
Yeah, absolutely, and just because of how we're teaching them, empowering them, that's where the real answer is, and that's what patients really appreciate is the empowerment of being able to do it themselves rather than going here and here and here and here and not just not getting the
You
answers
just
they're looking
need the
for.
information, right? Information
Yeah.
is key. Once you get it, then you know the path to success. You just have to follow it, and you need someone to help you along the way.
Absolutely.
Put you in the right, put you.
It's a roadmap.
It's a roadmap. So good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So
I
for
appreciate
being
it.
here. We
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate the time, and we'd like to thank McHugh Chiropractic and Healthcare, of course, for coming on and sponsoring this segment. For more information, I want to give you a couple of sites that you can find out more information on them, which is McHughChiropractic.com. It's right there on the screen, or you can jot down the phone number if you'd like to learn more about a chronic health problem that you have, if you want to try to figure out how to get back to the underlying issue that may be causing it. 904-880-1399.